Hey fellow quarantinos in lockdown, this is Lupe with CineMovie with a review of a new Apple TV Plus show called Defending Jacob. It stars and executive produced by our favorite Avenger, Chris Evans. The 8-episode Apple TV Plus show is based on the book by the same name by author William Landay. I'm assuming Chris Evans loved the book and brought it to Apple TV for development, since that seems to be the thing with Apple TV Plus, is they're doing a lot of projects with top-notch actors and filmmakers. And for the occasion, I'm wearing my Captain America t-shirt, given that I'm living in all my movie shirts these days, so I figured it'd be fitting to wear it for this. Here we go. In Defending Jacob, Evans plays Andy Barber alongside his Knives Out co-star Jaeden Martell, best known from the It movies, who plays his son Jacob. Now, this is the second time the two are starring together shortly after Knives Out, in which Martell plays his cousin, and he's playing a creepy right-wing teen if you've watched the movie. Michelle Dockery plays his American mom, so gone is her British accent. J.K. Simmons is Evans' on-screen father, while Pablo Schreiber is sort of Evans' arch enemy. The Apple TV episode series revolves around Andy's son Jacob, who is accused of murdering his fellow classmate. The synopsis for the show is classified as a legal thriller, but I consider it more of a whodunit. Andy, played by Evans, is a district attorney for a small town who's initially investigating the death of a teenage boy. But when his son's fingerprints are found on the dead boy's clothes, Jacob is now a suspect, and Andy is removed from the case and sent packing from his job. Andy knows how prosecution works, so of course he starts running his own investigation and often doing things that will probably make it worse for his son, like hiding evidence that could have helped prove his innocence, or maybe could have proved that he was guilty. Dockery's Lori character, the mom, isn't so sure of her kid's innocence, given what she knows about the 14-year-old. The audience may also be questioning Jacob's guilt as the show goes on when he's posting pictures of himself holding an axe on social media. Not the brightest kid. And sometimes he just deserves a smack upside the head. The prosecutor who replaced him on the case is played by Pablo Schreiber, who's sort of a real dick. He's hell-bent on getting a conviction for Jacob, given there's evidence of another suspect. There's bad blood between Andy and Neil Lojudas, or Lojudas, I think it's pronounced, but it's never really explained, except you can attribute it to probably ambition. Sometimes the tension is a bit too melodramatic, and Lojudas' unsavory behavior just doesn't seem plausible at times, given their co-workers, I guess. Defending Jacob isn't perfect, with half the stuff not seeming plausible. But what will keep you watching is Chris Evans and the reveal of the murderer. Evans is captivating to watch, even when his actions may not be the right ones. He's really grown as an actor since Captain America in comparison to his early work, in which he played these jock types so well. And funny enough, his Knives Out character was a throwback to his past douchey kind of roles. Now he's choosing very mature roles that give him range, so I expect this actor will probably be around for a long time. Plus, if you love bearded cap, Chris Evans in a beard, looking very sexy. Who can resist that? Dockery's performance is also engrossing, as she becomes unhinged at the prospect that her son may actually be guilty. The opposing action of Jacob's parents is what makes the story intriguing. For Jaeden, however, his performance is very one-dimensional. I'm sorry to report, except for the finale where we finally see an emotion break through in a pivotal scene. Throughout the miniseries, either the character or the actor doesn't really seem to grasp the reality that he may be going to jail for murder, when his actions point to his guilt. Maybe he's being the typical teen who just shrugs it off with a whatever, but the performance seemed very flatlined. Plus, he's a bit creepy as the quiet type who constantly has to apologize for his stupidity. Or could it be those leftover feelings I get from his last role in Knives Out, where he played this quiet, right-wing teen sitting in the corner, plotting something? By episode 8, you may start feeling frustrated as the show goes off the deep end with another event that doesn't seem plausible again, and reverses the outcome of what was presented. And then comes the cliffhanger. So if the show is successful, expect a second season because they left us on the hook. I will say though, the frustration is what will keep viewers coming back every week unless you've read the book. There's many unanswered questions. For example, in every episode, Andy retells a story to a grand jury with Lojudas leading the questioning. It serves as Andy narrating the story, but you can't help but wonder, why is he there? What happened that's separate from the trial? Is this necessary to tell the story? It's not until the final episode when you find out the reason he's sitting there recounting the events. It's sort of a twist, but one that came out of nowhere. Regardless, if you're a fan of any of these actors, it's worth the watch. J.K. Simmons is very good as well as Sherry Jones, who plays the lawyer. And you can start watching Defending Jacob when it premieres Friday, April 24th on Apple TV Plus. And every week thereafter, a new show will premiere. Now, I know things are tough right now, and a lot of us don't have Apple TV Plus and can't afford to get it right now, given that a lot of people are not working. So here's a tip. Apple TV Plus offers a 7-day free trial. So if you really want to see the show, I would suggest waiting 5 weeks when all the shows are out and doing your subscription, your free trial run. Then you'll be able to binge watch the whole show. I was able to do it in about 3 days. I thought it was pretty binge worthy, although I had some issues with it. I think it's still worth the watch. Now, we know things are tough out there, so hang in there, and you too could be a superhero like Captain America by staying home and saving lives. I know that's very cheesy, but the reality is we're staying home and sacrificing our needs for the greater good. Okay, that's enough preaching for now. All right, so until next time, be safe.